Hey guys, Underground Geek back at it again. Um, so I was scanning through Marvel's lineup this week. I've been through DC, and it's pretty solid on both sides this week. But Marvel definitely has some faults in some of their titles. But I feel like everybody's covered most of them. Everybody's kind of talked about America. Everybody's kind of talked about Generations. So I wondered, what am I going to talk about? Um, so I flipped through there and I saw Jean Grey. And I thought, oh, here we go. Um, I knew Jean Grey from this series, and as you know, this is one of the more useless series that Marvel's doing right now. Like, literally, there's no point to this Jean Grey. Why do we have the younger X-Men in the future? Like, why? There's no point to their existence right now. Why didn't you just have a comic series of them as youngsters in the past and do like an X-Men First Class or something? I mean, come on, guys. This would have been cool in like a 6-issue run if they would have done this way. Just 6 issues, them in the future, trying to figure out their way and what they're going to do in the past before they grow up and finding their way. You know what I mean? Then they could have stopped. But no. So this is issue number 6, and the writer is Dennis Hopeless, and he is true to his name, Hopeless. Paul Davidson, J. David Ramos, letterer VC's Davis Lanham, cover artist David Yarden. He actually does an okay job. Jay Bowen and Anthony Gammon, graphic designers. All right, so Jean Grey's been seeing stuff she's not supposed to see. Been seeing visions. She's trying to get rid of it, so she enlists the help of Doctor Strange. And on this cast page here, we have a silly picture of Jean Grey dancing and listening to music because, that has everything to do with this comic book. I mean, I don't know. That at this point, they're just messing with us. So we start out, and I got to say the art in this comic book is all over the place. Right off the bat, we get a scene of Jean Grey laying there, and her face looks like a frog. I don't know if this was on purpose or what, but then we cut to the next scene, and she looks even worse. I mean, are they trying to make her unattractive? I don't really know. But anyway, this looks like something straight out of a horror movie, and it turns out it's actually Doctor Strange, but they draw his hands like very creepy looking, I guess on purpose, and then later on he's not creepy looking. So I don't really understand. But I don't like the way they did Doctor Strange because they did him more arrogant, and I thought that, after he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, that he's less arrogant. That's what I had thought, but maybe that's just me. But he's eating a donut while he's trying to do the spell, and I didn't really find that funny. But anyway, so he pulls her out of herself and into the astral plane, and that's where they start their journey. Of course, the Phoenix Power shows up, and they have to encounter it. I mean, they've talked about the Phoenix Power every issue of anything to do with Jean Grey this year, and it's getting really boring, but they just keep pushing it on and on. And I don't know if they don't know what's going on or not, but they keep talking about her as in, like, she's talking to her older self in this book, kind of like the older self will be talking to the younger self. I don't really know if they know what they're trying to do or if maybe I'm just confused, but I'm confused. I don't know what they're trying to talk about here because they have like the roles switched here. And so basically they go into the astral plane and they start talking to the Phoenix, and the Phoenix sucks them up and puts them on a journey, a spirit walk, if you will. And I can't get over how pretentious this young Jean Grey is. Like, if I was a Sorcerer Supreme and she talked to me like this, I would slap the you-know-what out of her every 5 seconds she opened her mouth. But that's just me. I don't take no crap. But anyway, she talks about how the Phoenix is always bothering her. Then the Phoenix shows up, and the Phoenix is drawn like some kind of wraith. I don't really understand that, but okay. She's very ugly. Sucks them up. And then they go to this cringe birthday party where it's in the future, so it doesn't really make sense that this Jean Grey remembers this. But anyway, I don't. At this point, does anything make sense in this comic? So they're having a birthday party, and the older Jean Grey keeps snapping at the younger Jean Grey because she says, "I'm an Omega level telekinetic. Use my gifts to slice up and distribute cake to a room full of wildly insecure little boys." Cringe. Who can't decide if my role on the team should be damsel in distress, sex kitten, housekeeper, or mascot. And if any one of them had any idea how powerful I am, they don't know because you don't tell them. Okay, that's true, yeah. But you wouldn't know that because you're younger Jean Grey and that's older Jean Grey. I don't know. Is she automatically supposed to know everything about the older Jean Grey? That seems very weird because you would change the past. But anyway, they're going on and on. And this younger Jean Grey does not like boys, apparently does not like men, because she's all the time making these insults about men. When she's when she's going to the next memory, she sees the X-Men trying to fight these villains, and I can't remember the name of these villains, but they're trying to draw the classic way the X-Men are drawn, and sometimes they do good, and sometimes it's a little eh. I like this one page of Wolverine where he's sitting there with his claws open and he's like ready to fight. That was pretty cool. So then they get in the argument again. Jean Grey and younger Jean Grey get in an argument again. And then Jean Grey, as she's complaining, or as she's telling off the young Jean Grey, she's getting beat down by these villains. And the younger Jean Grey has to step in and attack. And she says something here that made me cringe a little bit. She said, "I'm not going to watch a bunch of roided out pouch bros destroy my face just so you can teach your stupid self-righteous life lesson." Oh my God. Why does it bother me so much that she says cringy stuff like that? But then she's drawn, at one point the art dips down and she's drawn to where she has a negative A cup, and I don't understand that. I understand she's young and everything, but draw her consistently, can you? But anyway, so then we cut to another scene, and the art is pretty rough from a distance. I mean, they draw Emma Frost like a stick figure. And she's arguing with Jean Grey, and Jean Grey is not drawn attractive at all, and neither is Emma Frost. And the Cyclops looks like he's got duck face. And they're sitting there arguing, and Jean Grey all of a sudden starts burning up, what's his name, Cyclops, for no reason. And then Emma Frost is standing there in the distance, badly drawn. And then the younger Jean Grey jumps in again and attacks. And then we get to the point to where it's all coming up to what it's meant to be. It's her challenge. And it really didn't make any sense because she said, "I want you to say it. I want you to hear it out loud. The unspoken truth you refuse to accept." And younger Jean Grey says, "Jean Grey is Jean Grey is Jean Grey." "Yes, and who are you?" "I'm you. I'm just you." And she's like, "Rah!" with her little phoenix voice, and she turns and explodes and goes into peace. So, I mean, was that all it was? Is you're just supposed to accept who you are? I mean, I guess. But the phoenix is not you. It's something else. So, I don't really understand. They could have went to this whole thing where they become partners at the end, and she learned to accept the Phoenix power maybe, and the Phoenix learned to accept her control. That would have been cool, but it's not. So, you know, this comic really didn't mean anything. She's still trying to find herself. There at the end, the art picks up a little bit. We do get a more modern version of Jean Grey at the end. Drawn style, but of course she has an outfit that squishes her boobs, and you can't really tell if she's that feminine or not. But the face is drawn okay. I understand what they're going for with the style. It just doesn't work for me. But anyway, and then it says next issue, Seeing Things and a Scarlet Witch. So I guess we're going to have Scarlet Witch on the next one. Probably the evil Scarlet Witch, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe she's good by now because, you know, they can't keep up with continuity in the Secret Empire right now. All of these issues have been issues that should have come out before, like 8 or 9 of Secret Empire. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. I mean, this comic's just whatever. I mean, they're just basically just pumping out titles to pump out titles. I mean, what's his name? Doctor Strange is in the comic just to give you somebody to relate to that you know. At this point, I feel like that the comic doesn't really need to be here. I mean, why are we making this title? There's no point to it. It's literally a nothing burger. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. Can we not just end the madness now? But anyway, I give this comic like a 3 out of 10, mainly because the cover art's okay. But as usual, nothing cool happens. Same old, same old. Jean Grey, younger Jean Grey, is awarded the Phoenix for doing nothing. She realized nothing, and she got it anyway because she can't fail. And that's it. All right, guys, that's all I got. It's a big old nothing burger. See you guys later. Bye.